Now I told Tim that I was going to complain about something, so I guess I'll do that at this point.
Here we go.
Yeah. Here's my complaint, and that's with some of the Allan Bibles are very desirable, which is great. I mean, I'm glad people want them, but I don't really love how some people will buy, especially the NASB readers. Immediately they'll actually stock them up, and then they'll resell them for more money immediately. And my complaint isn't so much with selling a Bible for more than you paid. I have no problem with that. It's more that they're not giving people the opportunity to buy directly from the company when the company's putting them out, because these are very limited in quantity. So, I'm not trying to lay a guilt trip. Yeah. Well, maybe I am just a little guilt trip.
That's part of the fun of why people, I think, like Allan, is they do limited numbers of Bibles. Sometimes they used to do a lot more like limited edition where they were numbered. And I don't know that this is like verifiable, but I've heard a couple people say that they stopped doing that because it became this like Bible flippers and collectors, and that was not their intention of doing the limited releases. But yeah, like, even in general, I don't know the raw numbers of how many Bibles they print, but they often say like, hey, we did this Bible and we did it in like the NASB reader. We did 100 in this color. So there's only 100. 100 is not a lot of Bibles. And so they go really fast. And it's very interesting for me to watch their website and see when a new Bible comes out, does it take 2 days for those Bibles to get sold out? Does it take a week? Sometimes Bibles are on there for months and months and months at a time, and you can get them and just a couple of colors will sell out. And I've seen that happen too, like where people buy them up and then they just flip them. And, as you said, I don't want to be too judgmental about people who want to do that, but also it's like, I actually reached out to Allan a few months ago and said, hey, I'm, trying to get a free Bible. Hey, I do this Bible review blog thing. Do you want to send me one? And they basically were like, hey, we appreciate your reviews. We love your channel. And they essentially said, we don't really need to send you free Bibles because there's like supply and demand is in our favor. And I was like, yeah, I get it. I totally get it, because most of the time they sell their Bibles really quickly. And so I definitely think that that's part of it. That collectability, Tim, like the other side of that is the collectability is probably part of the reason why they're so popular, because people get these really cool ones that there's only 100 in the world, or there's only 50 in the world or fewer than that. And they value that collectible side of having something cool like that.
Yeah. I wonder, do they limit the amount per household?
Yeah, they do. They do. They'll say, hey, only one per household on this Bible. So people can't buy up the entire thing. But yeah, I'm more of like and when I look at a Bible, I'm thinking about, am I going to use this? Part of me as a Bible reviewer is thinking, I want to show this to my audience. But for the most part, if I keep a Bible, I'm thinking, oh, I want to find a Bible that I love the text block and it really makes sense, and I'm going to use it in rotation with other Bibles. That's kind of why I have like about one of every translation, because it's like, oh, I got my favorite Allan in that translation. But there are some cool ones out there that I've seen come up. They're like, should I buy that? I mean, I don't think they're going to make a lot of those, and it seems pretty cool. But it's like we both have the ESV reader, and they recently did one. I have an NRSV that has these speckled page edges. Can you see that? Mm-hmm. And again, something that I thought I was not going to like when I saw it online, but then when I got this, I was like, this is amazing. Well, they did the ESV reader like this, and they only did a limited number of them. And I was tempted to buy one because I just thought it looked cool. But then I was like, well, I already have one. I have this green one. I love it. I don't need two of the same Bible. You know what I'm saying? So, but I get why people do that.
Yeah. Yeah. There are some really interesting color schemes, and I think of the NASB, the bright yellow one they came.
I thought you were going to say the Big Bird. Yeah,
that's
there's no chance in the world that I would ever buy a bright yellow Bible. Like in my head, I was like, why are they doing this? And then those things sold out immediately. I was shocked. I was like, how is that popular? It's a yellow Bible.
Well, I think you would agree that some of our tastes are cultural.
Sure.
And there are some cultures, as you know, that just, they love really bright colors, right? And
it's all personal preference. Yeah.
I forgot to mention, you're a bilingual reviewer now, right?
Hola amigos, soy Tim Wildsmith y en este video revisaré una nueva Biblia Premium. de editorial vida.
But yeah, the blue on the Spanish Bible that came out recently from Nelson, I think.
Yeah, it's Editorial
or
Vida,
Zondervan.
which is the Spanish publisher that's connected to Thomas Nelson and Zondervan.
Nelson, okay. Yeah, so I mean that was a little brighter blue maybe than so.
Well, yeah, it's all personal preference. I think that I do think that if some of the more mainstream Bible publishers did a little bit more bolder color choices, that they'd sell those Bibles for sure. I think there's a market out there for that for sure. I bet somebody like you who loves baseball, you would love to get a Bible that matches your favorite team, right?
Well, you know me, I don't like anything that stands out. I like colors that are, I'm just kidding. But actually, you're right. There's a NASB that, it kind of has like the Phillies colors to it, like that maroon color, the old Phillies colors like I'm wearing here.
You can kind of see back here, this kind of tealish one right there. That's called petrol blue. And I think Allan has only ever made that in the NASB, and that's the one I kept. Like literally when that Bible showed up, I got rid of all my other NASB Bibles because I was like, this is the one for me. I love the text block. This petrol blue color is awesome. And
is that the first one with the red under gold, or is
I have the red under gold art gilding? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little envious. That actually is a color scheme that I really, really do like, as a lot of people do. That's one of the ones that I wish they would bring that back. It'd get sold out very quickly, I'm sure.
I recently got a purple Allan, and I never thought I'd buy a purple Bible, and it showed up, and I was like, I love this. Their purple is fantastic. Like, so there are things about it that like I wouldn't necessarily peg myself for that, but yellow for me is just a little too far out there.
I don't know. Yellow with speckled page edges. Ooh, what do you think?
Yeah, too much.
Well, I'll say one thing about that Bible is you would get attention, right? That's not a Bible that would go unnoticed.
And what I do like about most Allans, if you get a brown one or a black one or a blue one, if you carry that Bible into church, odds are most people are not going to be like, ooh, what's that Bible? But if you hand it to someone and they feel it and they will go, oh, like this one I just showed you, the black one. When I was in Oxford last fall, I had this one day in a session where we were listening to, name dropping here, we were in that NT Wright Bible study session that I told you about, and somebody said, hey, can I borrow your Bible real quick? And I handed it to him, and this woman, she opened it up, and then within like 13 seconds, she just looked up at me and goes, what is this? And I was like, it's a Bible from this company here in England called R.L. Allan. She had never heard of it before. And all of a sudden I was like, telling her all about this company. And she was like, that's a really nice Bible. I'm like, yeah, I know it is. It's great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.